Hello stars, welcome or welcome back. My name is Aster. If you are new here, I am a reader and a writer. Today we're not going to be doing either of those though, so I kind of hinted at what we're going to be doing. Earlier yesterday I got a delivery from my grandparents, so we're setting those up. Delivery being I got some bookshelves. So this was actually perfect timing because just a few weeks ago I had officially filled up the bookshelf I had, which was just like a half bookshelf. I have 3 of these shelves. One of them is still in the hall because they could not fit my room laying down like this. We might be rearranging my room entirely, so I'm thinking I'm going to put the shelves on this wall here, but I might need to tilt my bed, so the long way is this way right now. I might need to tilt it to the long ways that way. I have about an hour before people start showing up for D&D, so we're not going to be able to finish this today, especially not organizing my books on this shelf. Okay, so here's what they look like right now. They did just kind of shove them in here, and so thinking logically, they will have technically room to stand up against the wall, but I'm not going to have a lot of room between the actual shelf and my bed. Hi, babe. Hi. Hello. Over. But yeah, I don't actually know where the top and the bottom is. I think this way is the top, but I don't know. I'm gonna move the shelves off and we're gonna see if I have the strength to lift them up myself. To be honest, I have no idea what to expect with this. I guess let's just try. Okay, they made those seem like it was heavier than they were. I could have carried those. I really hope these don't have a problem staying on the carpet and not falling over. So here it is standing up. Not sure if this is supposed to be on the bottom or the top. I have no idea. Down here it doesn't have one, but this ledge kind of makes me think it's the bottom. I'm gonna keep that at the bottom because that seems like it'll be more stable because it has the back. And I don't want to risk it not being stable. Okay, you get Winston all up in here, but now we're going to lift this one up. Oh, Jesus. Thought you were falling. Oh, shoot. Okay, wait. We've come across a problem. So I think I'm actually going to switch these two. Because this one here, I don't know if you can see these. So that means it is the bottom. But this one's meant to have doors. So I think I certainly don't want this one in the corner here. I'm going to move it over here to the center. So that means I have to move them both out. Okay, give me a second. No idea what I'm doing right now. It's time to get the third shelf now, which is the one that they said was the heaviest. But I like them. They're so nice. I love this color of wood, so I'm so glad that it wasn't like an oak color, because for some reason I'm just really against it. I like darker woods. The shelf is in here. I just need to push it back. Also, they were right. It was the hardest to lift up. So I guess let's put the shelves up. I don't know why I was expecting this to take so much longer. These are actually really nice because they have these sections here and they just slide right on. Voila, not too much. But I'm gonna put the rest of these shelves in and then I'll be back so we can look at the actual fully built empty bookshelf. It looks pretty good. Well, I mean, it's looking kind of like a throne right now. Let me show you what I mean. FYI, he jumped on my head while I was putting whoa. I was putting those in. He jumped from the bed over my head so he could lay on this shelf and get all comfy. I tried to tell him not to do it because I don't know how stable these are, but I guess if they can hold a shit ton of books, they can hold a 1-year-old cat. It is so nice to have these in here. And honestly, that took such little time. I was expecting it to take so much longer. It's 6:23 right now. I still have like 40 minutes before anyone from D&D arrives. FYI, the shelves work great. My grandparents joked about having my own little liquor cabinet, but to be honest, it might be a snack cabinet because we have a big dog, and currently that's where my snacks are kept. So I am still gonna leave the rest of this for tomorrow because I have to carry all my books in here and then figure out how I want to organize them, and that's gonna be a lot, especially because I'm not gonna be able to do that all tonight and right before D&D. I'll probably only be able to get the books in here before they come, and to be honest, usually D&D ends around midnight, so I'm not really wanting to organize and sort my books out at 1 a.m. Alright, it is officially Saturday, so today we are going to work on filling this up. I did put a little trinkets up there, a few little trinkets, my snail phone, toothless, and a crocheted frog I got at the farmer's market. I'm gonna start with just going to get all my books from my office because that's where they're all kept currently. And once I have them all here stacked up on my bed, I will show you what we were working with and then kind of figure out a way to organize them. The door's open for now because my roommate and best friend is outside brushing her dog. But when she's back in, the door will be closed and I will be speaking quieter. Okay, I have some of the books in here. I have like from manga to classics set up here. I also have my book cart, which is just a lot of books that I wasn't gonna read again, and I knew that, or books that I hadn't read, or some textbooks are in there too. But I wanna kind of clear that off and maybe use that for notebooks because I have a lot of those. But then I also still have all of the books that are set up on this shelf. So this is the shelf that I bought a while ago. There's a video of me setting it up and, you know, putting my books on it. But I know I don't want to keep all of these on here. I want to bring some back to my room with me. I just don't know which ones, and I don't know how full I want this to be, or what books, what genre of books I want on here. I do also have some trinkets. I put some more up here. Just some stuff that was on my shelf beforehand, but that I don't know what order I'm gonna put them on the actual shelf, but I figured I'd tuck them all up there. Again, you gotta climb. I can't lift you up. I fell like last time I tried to do that. I think we'll start with classics because I think classics are gonna go somewhere I don't really look at them much because I don't read classics. I actually haven't read any of the classics that I have. That's why I've read some of them, but I'm just not a huge fan of them. Okay, organizing the shelf is gonna take a while. This guy here, I have a planner from 2024 in here. Okay, I've gotten the books in here that I know I want on these shelves. There's still some in my shelf in the office, but what I'm thinking is I make either this or the shelf in my office my to be read list. So all the books, not including classics or books I just have no interest in reading, keep those ones on that shelf, but then everything else can be up on this shelf. It helped me keep track of the books I haven't read yet as well. And so yes, I do have the books that I just have no interest in reading. I know I'm never gonna get to because I don't want to. I still have them because I'm not quite at the point yet where I need to start clearing out space on my bookshelf. I'm not full of stuff yet. So I'm going to keep them for a while, and then after I'm needing more room on my bookshelf, I will donate them. For now though, they are placeholders. So I think I'm going to break them up into sections. I have classics with manga because I don't have enough for either of them to fill a shelf. And then I have YA, and then I have adult fantasy, and then I have my hardcovers, and then I got dark romance, contemporary romance, and just like fantasy. I'm kind of trying to separate the ones that are spicy and the ones that aren't. I don't know. I'm gonna try and make it look pretty. I don't really know what's gonna happen right now. In terms of which one to make the to be read list. I feel like this could be cute. This has so much potential, but to be honest, I don't want any of these books on my bookshelf. So I have a smaller shelf in there that I took some books off of that I might put these books that I have no interest in reading on. My notebooks, because I could use this for notebooks, or I could just dedicate a shelf on my bookshelf for notebooks. I have a lot of notebooks, you'd be surprised. And then put the ones that I don't actually actively write in on the other shelf that the books I won't read will go on. I don't know. I generally want to clean up the shelf because it's been such a mess in my office for so long. But I think we're going to start with just organizing which shelf is going to have what kind of books first. But yeah, okay. Let me just generally organize this a bit better. I think I generally have all the books I know. Well, okay. I have all the books I know I want on the shelf, but I also have a lot of my YA books on the shelf. So I have some YA, but I'm not a huge fan of it anymore. I just kind of grew out of it, I guess. I prefer the more mature stuff. So I don't really know if they're gonna stay up here or not. Got classics, my one textbook, and manga. I got contemporary romance. I've got dark romance down here, which honestly I could move it up there. But then I got the ones I want to more display. Then I got Sarah J. Maas, and down here is all my YA books. And then I still have some up here. There are some YAs that I feel like I can keep in here, but there's just a lot of them that I just didn't read or didn't really like too much. But there are some that I do still want to read, so that would go on my to be read shelf. So I have set up what I know I want up there. The only thing that isn't set up is the stuff that I'm not quite sure about yet, but a quick look. It looks so pretty. I've never had a full bookshelf before. Like, I just have the half one that's in my office. Never had one this tall. That bookshelf in the office was my first bookshelf. So this, just looking at it and actually seeing me be able to fill it with the books is kind of crazy to me. Kind of a dream come true. I adore the look of a bookshelf. It's so pretty. Anyway, it's still quite empty. I'm still kind of skeptical of putting stuff on the bottom because, as you guys know, I have animals. I think I've hopefully showed you the video of the cats on the bookshelf the first day I put them up. If not, insert here. I don't know. I do not know. I think I'm gonna bring the books I know I don't want on here back to my office and kind of organize them a little bit. And then I think that shelf would work better as my TBR, just because I don't want the chaoticness of my notebooks to be on that shelf, because you guys see it in every video. I prefer the look of actual books on that shelf. So that means this guy will also be notebooks, which means I need to clear it off as well. So I think that's the next thing I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna tuck away the books that I know I don't want seen. Okay, I think I'm settled. I think I like what I've got now. Of course, over time it'll change as I get more books and stuff, but let me just do a quick run through, slow down, and show you guys what's on my bookshelves. If we start over here, this is all my classics plus my textbook, and then my manga. This was a birthday gift. This is a Luffy transponder snail, if you know. And then I'll zoom out. Here we got my Anna Huang books that I have finished. I have finished the entire Twisted series. I just have them on ebook. EPUB files. But yes, the Striker, and then my 2 collector's editions. I only got these 2 because these 2 are my favorite. And then I have the Chestnut Spring series here. I got these cute little details. This is something I've had since I was a little girl. And then some more Elsie Silver. I still need to continue the series, but that's all I have right now. And then some Elle Kennedy, some Off Campus, Allie Hazelwood, and Penelope Douglas. And then we get over into dark romance. So obviously the Legacy of God series. And then I bring dark romance down here. I got my Haunting Adeline series and then Hooked. This is a bookend. For some reason I don't have it on the actual end. I made that, isn't it cool? And then we go over here, we have Assistant to the Villain. And then we have the Empyrean series here. I've got the 3 hardcovers. We do have the special pages on all of them, but I wanted to see the covers. I have Toothless here for, I feel like that's pretty obvious why. Moving over here, we have my Sarah J. Maas collection. So ACOTAR, I have not actually done A Court of Wings and Ruin. I was listening to it on an audiobook, that's why I don't have a bookmark in here. But then I have Throne of Glass. Crown of Midnight is the one up here because this is the one I'm on. I need to read this one next. I've currently only actually read Throne of Glass because I'm going to read them in publication order. So Assassin's Blade will come, I think, after this one. I'm not sure. I'll have to search that up. Then just moving down a shelf, we have my YA novels. And then over here we have some more YA books. This lone guy here is actually my friend's book. She wanted me to read it and I haven't finished it. I think it's probably been a year since I've had this. Also, Gum Gum no Mi. Yes, that has to stay there. And then I organized this cart a little bit. These are the notebooks I use a lot. These 2 I use, this one as well, these 2 not so much, and then just some empty ones, and then miscellaneous Korean stuff, and then just notebooks that I never touch. That's actually a sketchbook. Oh, and that's word search, but that's fun, so it's staying. I do have these stuff. This was some extra stuff I had just put aside to decorate with, but I didn't end up using them. Actually, I think I'm gonna put you somewhere. Dark romance gets him. Back in my office, I'll get to the actual bookshelf in a second. Here we have all just like the miscellaneous books that I am not really feeling like finishing. Now we get to look at the actual bookshelf that I made, that I bought myself and I made. So this is my TBR. Zooming out a little bit. Yeah, these are all the books I have and have not read that I'm wanting to read. So future reading vlogs will focus mostly on these books. It's kind of sad to see this bookshelf so empty after I had it so full of my books. Especially because I was so used to it being like the backdrop for my videos. It's gonna be sad to see in videos to have only these books on here. I should actually put some more stuff on here just to decorate because the animals can't come in here, so it's safe from them. I'm still debating rearranging my bed. I do have until like next week to figure this out. Like on Monday is last week's video. Like I haven't edited or posted the last writing vlog that I've done. I have time to figure out what I want to do with this bed and just my room in general. I have a feeling I might twist my bed. I like having this windowsill here and being able to sit on here and record like this. I might, although I still probably, yeah, I will. It'll still come out to about here. I just might be sitting on the edge of my bed. I do have these lights up here. I got both sets of lights for my 16th birthday. I've just had them forever and I never put them up. It's the ones you can see, and then they're fairy lights. The ones you can see do have batteries in it. The fairy lights do not. I have batteries, I just didn't bring, they're in my office. I just forgot to bring them back when I brought you guys back over here. That's it for now. I'm gonna take a photo of this and send it to my mother, my father, and my grandma because they will all like to see it. Well, my mom and my grandma will. My dad is my dad, so he's forced to see it. Okay, I know it's really dark. I'll try and edit it so it looks a little brighter, but I just wanted to show you guys what the bookshelf looks like at night with the lights on. Obviously, it's not pitch black out yet, so maybe I'll do another one of these when it is pitch black, but it's dark enough for the lights to be on, so I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. There was batteries in the yellow ones, but I replaced them because they were old. Like, I got those lights for my 16th birthday, and oh, I wouldn't have used them for the last at least 5 years. Get back on the shelf. I will say though, the fairy lights are so much brighter than I was expecting. The white ones, they're so bright. Winston. Trying to figure out where to go because the shelves are all full now except for the lower ones. I was thinking he was gonna jump in that one. You don't want to go sit up there? Yeah, I thought, because that one was kind of empty, but he jumped up on that one before, and that one's obviously full now. But the sun is set now, so this is what it looks like when it's actually completely dark in my room. Like I said, those white lights, the fairy lights, are so bright. Like, my room would not be this bright if it was just these guys on there. Okay, to be honest, I was totally expecting to rearrange my room this week. So I'm kind of surprised. It's Saturday, but I'm just going out, but I did not rearrange my room. It is the same as it was, and I think I'm just gonna leave it like that because I'm kind of fine with it now that I've lived with it for a bit, but I do adore my bookshelf. So I'm gonna close it off here. I hope you stars enjoyed, and I will see you all next week for what I assume is going to be another writing vlog, but while I am on vacation. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna try to once again write 5,000 words a day. It's bigger than I thought.
I have that little one, but
There.
I need a bigger one. The little one doesn't do anything.
Okay.